His tombstone should read of his failed career in Congress and should be one word: liar. I yield back.
Gentlewoman reserved.
Representative Boebert stood up and called out Adam Schiff. Yes, that Adam Schiff, the guy who led the charge during the Russia collusion narrative that dominated headlines for years. She said, and I quote, "Adam Schiff is a complete disgrace to our nation and to our Constitution."
And from Colorado, Representative Lauren Boebert.
Gentlewoman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to my colleague Ana Paulina Luna for leading on this very important issue. Adam Schiff is a complete disgrace to our nation and to our Constitution. He put the American people through 4 years of an endless impeachment hoax that he knew from the beginning was a lie.
Boebert pointed out that Schiff had access to intelligence briefings that the rest of Congress and the public didn't. And instead of using that access responsibly, he went on television, time after time, claiming he had proof of collusion. Spoiler alert, he didn't.
He represents the worst of permanent Washington, using his position of trust to lie to the American people. He received intelligence briefings that other members and the public did not have access to. And he used this position of trust to lie and to advance his own partisan agenda. Schiff's disgraceful time in Congress has destroyed Americans' faith in our institutions. Today, I am proud to stand with my colleague and friend from Florida, Ana Paulina Luna, to try and undo some of the damage that Adam Schiff has done by finally holding this crook accountable. Today, we are saying enough is enough by censuring him, and referring him to the Ethics Committee. I told the American people that he had proof that the Trump campaign asking the Russians for help in a conspiracy. That was a lie.
Boebert went on to list example after example of Schiff's misleading statements, his denials about using anonymous informants, his insistence on a smoking gun that never materialized. And here's the kicker: even top Obama-era officials, like the former Attorney General, former DNI, and even folks in the FBI, knew that Schiff was stretching the truth, at best.
He claimed that he was not working with anonymous informants during the impeachment hoax. That was a lie. Everyone with common sense knew that Adam Schiff was lying all along, including the Director of National Intelligence, Obama's former Attorney General, the FBI Deputy Director, and more. But Adam Schiff doubled down on his big lie, claiming he had a smoking gun, proof of a conspiracy. But the only conspiracy going on was his conspiracy to defraud the American people by taking down their duly elected president.
I yield 4 minutes to Representative Boebert.
The gentlewoman's recognized.
When Adam Schiff got caught lying, he did what all liars do and tried to cover the truth even more. He even used his taxpayer-funded staff to ask Twitter to censor journalists fact-checking his lies. But Adam Schiff won't get out of this one by calling in a favor. Today, we are holding him accountable and censuring him for his lies to the American people. To restore the trustworthiness of the House of Representatives, every member should vote to censure Adam Schiff so that we can speak with one voice to assure the American people that these lies will not be tolerated. I urge every one of my colleagues with good and decent intentions to vote for this resolution. If Adam Schiff has a shred of human decency left, he would resign from Congress in disgrace. His tombstone should read of his failed career in Congress and should be one word: liar. I yield back.
Gentlewoman reserved.
We're at a point in this country where trust in government is scraping the bottom of the barrel. People don't trust the media, they don't trust Congress, they don't trust the so-called experts. And honestly, can you blame them?
Mr. Speaker, I yield 1 minute to the gentle lady from Colorado.
Gentlewoman from Colorado is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Insanity is doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting a different result. That makes the supporters of this legislation, by definition, insane. reckless spending in this town is what causes inflation. And we cannot continue to increase taxes on the American people and put a target on American energy production while spending a historic $370 billion on Green New Deal initiatives and expect to lower inflation and improve our economy. Remember that so-called bipartisan infrastructure bill? Yeah, we spent $200 billion on Green New Deal initiatives. I guess that was just a down payment on this never-ending theft of American tax dollars. We are sacrificing, you are sacrificing American families at the altar of climate change. Mr. Speaker, isn't it so? Joe Biden himself said inflation rate is at 0%. So what the heck are we doing here? Why are we passing this so-called Inflation Reduction Act if it's at 0%?
What Lauren Boebert said on the House floor may have sounded intense, even over the top to some people. But if you cut through the rhetoric and just listen to the core message, she's not wrong.
Well, in fact, it's the Inflation Enhancement
Gentlewoman's
Act.
time has expired.
And it does the exact opposite of what Americans need right now. This is just another con game by the Democrats, calling something one thing and saying
time has
another.
expired.
This is making the IRS, which
Gentlewoman's
armed
time
agents
has
larger
expired.
than the Pentagon, the State
The
Department,
gentlewoman is
the
no
FBI.
longer recognized. The gentleman from Missouri reserves the belt.
Mr. Speaker.
Robbery on Americans.
How much time do you need?
The gentlewoman is no longer recognized.
How much time do you need?
Her time has expired. The gentleman from Missouri reserves.
I will yield an additional 30 seconds to the gentlelady from Colorado to finish her comments.
Gentlewoman is recognized for an additional 30 seconds.
This bill hires 87,000 new IRS agents, and they are armed, and the job description tells them that they need to be required to carry a firearm and expect to use deadly force if necessary. Excessive taxation is theft, and the chairman said that we are using the power of the federal government in this bill. You're darn right you're using the power of the federal government for armed robbery on the taxpayers. I can only see why that this was rushed through committee and put on the floor.
Gentlewoman's time has expired.
Somewhere
Gentlewoman's time has
$100
expired.
bill.
She is no longer recognized. The gentleman from Missouri reserves. The gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
For years, we were told that the Trump campaign colluded with Russia, that there was damning evidence, that justice was coming. But it was all smoke and mirrors, and the person at the center of that narrative, the person who kept the circus going, was Adam Schiff. Now, whether you love Trump, hate him, or fall somewhere in between, this isn't about defending any one politician. It's about defending truth, something that should never be partisan. And when someone like Adam Schiff uses his platform, his committee, and his access to classified intel to manipulate the public and push a false narrative, there has to be accountability. Because if we don't hold people like Schiff accountable, we're basically telling every other member of Congress that it's okay to lie as long as it helps your side politically. That the ends justify the means. That you can break trust, fracture the country, and walk away scot-free. That's a dangerous precedent. It's not just bad politics, it's bad for the Republic. At the end of the day, this isn't about Democrats versus Republicans. This is about truth versus fiction. It's about whether the people we elect are allowed to lie, spin, and manipulate, and then walk away without a scratch. And frankly, it's about whether Congress still has the courage to police its own. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single upload.